Good morning and good afternoon. Hopefully, you were enjoying your Thanksgiving break. This is for anyone that wasn't here and or missed the reading or just wants it reread to them. Okay, I understand that some of the wording and how it's structured is a little confusing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it out loud. Okay, I'm also going to do a little bit of annotating, meaning I'm going to break things down at certain parts, and all you're going to have to do is just listen. Okay, so here is a Feast for Crows from George R. Martin. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is think about the title, A Feast for Crows. Think about what, why would we think it's this, and how do we think this is going to relate to the story? Okay, when we think about Feast for Crows, we typically think about, okay, eating corn or eating something along the lines of something that'd be out in the woods or out in the field. Okay, so think about that title and we'll come back to it. So there are many sorts of outlaws, just as there are many sorts of birds. A sparrow and an eagle both have wings, but they are not the same. The singers love to sing of good men forced to go outside the law to fight some wicked lord, but many outlaws are more sinister than that. So, what you should instantly be thinking of is war. Okay, you should instantly be thinking of this is going to talk about war. Broken men, on the other hand, are more deserving of pity. Almost all are common born, simple folk, who have never been more than a mile from home until the Lord took them off to war. Poorly clad, they march away, often with no weapon other than a sharpened shovel. Brothers march with brothers, sons with fathers, friends with friends. They've heard the songs and stories, so they go off with eager hearts, dreaming of the wonders they'll see, of the wealth and glory they'll win. War seems a fine adventure. So, in that very first part, we're getting that sense of we cannot wait for war. It's exciting. They're eager for it. They want to go explore, and they want to have their name in one of those songs and stories. So, then they get a taste of battle. For some, that one taste is enough to break them. Others go on for years, until they lose count of all the battles they have fought. But even a man who has survived 100 fights can break in his first 101st. Brothers watch brothers die, fathers lose sons, friends see friends trying to hold their insides in after they've been gutted by an axe. They see the Lord who led them be cut down, and some other lords shout that they are his now. They take a wound, and when it is still half healed, they take another. There is never enough to eat. Their shoes fall to pieces from the marching. Their clothes are torn, and half of them are filling their pants from bad drinking water. If they want new boots or a warmer cloak, or maybe a rusted iron helmet, they need to take them from a corpse, and before long they are stealing from the living too. From the townfolk whose lands they're fighting in, they slaughter sheep and steal chickens. And one day they look around and realize all their friends and family are gone, that they are fighting beside strangers. They don't know where they are or how to get back home, and the Lord they're fighting for doesn't even know their names. Yet here he comes, shouting for them to form up, to make a line with their spears and sharpened shovels, to stand their ground. And the knights come down on them, faceless men clad all in steel, and the iron thunder of their charge seems to fill the world. And the man breaks. He turns and runs, or crawls off afterward over the corpse of the slain, or flees in the black of the night, and he finds some place to hide. All throughout the home is gone, and the kings and the lords mean less to him than a bit of spoiled meat that will let him live another day, or taste a bad wine that might drown his fear for a few hours. The broken man lives from day to day, from meal to meal. He is more beast than man. In times like these, the traveler must be aware of broken men and fear them, but he should pity them as well. So, when it is going through this, and you are looking at this, you can see my cursor right here, okay? These breaks show what happens. So this is the kind of intro of, okay, we're excited for war. We can't wait for it. Then he gets a taste of battle. Okay, that's not just him writing that. That's kind of that break. It's like almost like a new chapter. Then it talks about him in battle. Okay, we get the feeling of this doesn't sound so good, and then the man breaks, meaning he's done. He doesn't want to be here anymore, and he does all this. Okay, so the one last thing that I wanted for you to know before, okay, when we said at the beginning, okay, a feast for crows, we think back on it now, and we're like, okay, what does this mean? Okay, so if you didn't pick it up already, pause the video, take 10 seconds, and think if you could see what it is, what the title relates to. So pause the video and think. All right. So after you're done thinking, okay, now that you have kind of a thought process, a feast for crows simply means the people that are dying within all these wars, the crows are feasting on them. Okay, it's pretty much a big deal. Okay, and you can see that this is a story. Okay, this is historical fiction, meaning this can depict what was happening at this time, but this didn't necessarily happen. Okay, so other than that, that is a feast for crows. Make sure that when you're doing the questions, you recite the question and then you answer them. Okay, I need this in by the Friday when we come back from break. Okay, but you have almost about 2 weeks to work on it. Okay, when you're done, if you have any questions, please submit them and please let me know. So again, having a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. I will be posting the other reading here shortly, and please enjoy.